Hello and welcome back to Efficient Pipe Design. In this video we're going to be going through Section 6 Intersection Tool. I got to tell you, I love this tool. Not very many people use it, but I think more and more people should. Now I'm sure you're saying to yourself, intersection tool, isn't that more for roads and corridors? No, it's not just for corridors. Quite frankly, being that we're utilizing alignments and vertical alignments to define the pipeline, we can start tapping this awesome tool. What this guy does is it comes in and it connects the vertical alignments together. So when you have a primary trunk line of your pipes, be it sanitary, storm, water, or whatnot, you have your other laterals coming off, and they each have their own vertical alignments. This will connect them together such that if you have to move your trunk line up and down, it will basically identify the changes in the verticals, and you'll be able to see it in all the other branches coming off of it. It provides a great checks and balances for any type of design work, and it also helps to minimize errors. So let's move forward and check this thing out. So here we have our vertical and our alignments laid out, and we can tell that we've got that 8-inch that we were talking about beforehand coming from the subdivision from the north. She's tying into our 24-inch line, and we're going to use the intersection tool to bind these two together. More so the 8-inch bound to the 24-inch because it's going to be our primary. This intersection tool is absolutely fantastic. I just can't say enough things about it. I'm sure you're wanting me to shut up. So what we do is we come up into the intersection tool and pull it down and say create intersection. It's going to ask us to select the intersecting point. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. It automatically turns the snaps on, and it's looking at the alignments, and it sees that there is a connection. If there is no connection, you will not get this little glyph. So I'm going to go ahead and select it, and it's going to come up and it's going to give me my lovely dialog box. Now for the most part, you're right. Intersection tools are for corridors. So I'm not really concerned about the primary road crown being maintained. And quite frankly, the intersections tool markers work just fine as in their standard native format. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now, you may be thinking, how did it know the priority of this? I mean, I didn't tell it any information. Well, the secret is this. If one of the alignments dead ends into the other, it will automatically assume the one going through is your primary. Had this been a waterline crossing or multiple portions coming into this pipe, you would have been able to come in here and move this up or down to define the priority of which one you want to be set. Now, being that this is not a road, we do not need to have any of the curved returns, and that will also turn off the curved return profiles. We just want the fact it's going to bind it together. So we're going to hit the next button. Again, nothing else is selected, and create the profile, the intersection. So now it's given us a marker with the information of what stations came in and gone out. And now we can come down here and take a look at our vertical. Now as you can see, I purposely put in a huge dip through here. And what I'm going to do is I need to lift this up. But first and foremost, what I want to show you is when I select this alignment for my 8-inch, I see a new grip here. Before I was able to move this thing, but now I can't. It's got a lock on it, and it's telling me that it is in fact locked. Now I could click to unlock it, but that's not what I want to have happen. I want to come up here and I want to start moving this thing around. And look at that. I can move this deflection. If I need to redesign it, my pipe below automatically readjusts to the new design. So now I know that it will stay in place, and I will minimize my errors if I ever have to move this vertical alignment. Something else to note, that if I have to horizontally move this alignment, I can, just as long as this stays in contact with the intersecting alignment. So if I come over here and pull it to the endpoint here, or not endpoint, but nearest, the intersection will move with it, the information will update here, and it will remain locked. And no matter what I start moving and moving around here, it will always be connected.